Ang susunod na programa ay rated PG. Ito ay nangangailangan ng patnubay at gabay ng magulang para sa mga batang manonood.
Hello, I'm James Cooper and this is my Quezon. Over the past few years, the My City, My SM series has showcased the different facets of Quezon's rich culture, its tourist attractions, its cuisine, and most recently, its artisan crafts. Today, our cultural journey will take us on another exciting route where we will explore and discover Quezon's and the country's top visual artists in this special episode of My City, My SM, My Art, here at SM Lucena. The province of Quezon is known as the cradle of Philippine art. As the food basket of South Luzon, its artistic tradition is a mirror of its agrarian roots. The people of Quezon have fashioned a uniquely rich culture around its harvest festivals that are celebrations from abundant blessings and produce. The best known of this is the Pahiyas in Lokban, where homes of the townsfolk are decked in the best jewels of the harvest. Brightly colored leaves like ornaments made of rice flour, as well as fruits, vegetables, and giant dolls of paper mache are used to decorate the exterior of houses along the processional route. Quezon's bountiful harvest has also made its people prosperous, and prominent families have built architectural wonders that have been declared heritage houses by the National Historical Commission. This include the magnificent Gala Rodriguez Ancestral House, the Art Deco style Governor Natalio Enriquez House, and the Enriquez Gala House with its Corinthian and Ionic columns. This festival spirit is also evident in modern times through a generation of artists who are creating a lot of excitement in Quezon's cultural scene. And we will learn more about them today as My City, My SM, My Art makes a stop at SM City Lucena. A joint project of SM, the Metropolitan Museum of Manila, Shell Philippines, the Philippine Star, with support from the National Commission for Culture and the Arts and Center Stage Productions. My City, My SM, My Art is a celebration of Philippine visual arts, painting, sculpture, printmaking, photography, and filmmaking. We're bringing art and people together by showcasing the works of masters, modernists, and millennials in a roadshow around the SM supermalls. Advocating art for all, we're working with communities to mount exhibits, workshops, and contests in key cities in the Philippines. It is said that the name we are given can define our lives. Such is the case with Artemio Bermido, who has devoted his life to the arts. Hello, Art. How are you? Fine. James Cooper. Oh my God, this is really, really nice, huh? Like Dayong, it was Art's love for comic books that was a big influence in developing his creative energy. Through these comic books, he copied human figures, sceneries, and still life. So Art,
Yeah.
at what age did you start to do painting, or started your art?
I started around 16 or 17.
16 years
yeah.
old. What was your inspiration? How did it come about?
Well, basically started when a teacher of mine in high school, I saw him, make doodles and everything. So parang na-intriga ako and all. Parang I think I can do that. So I joined competitions. Then...
In school, when he started doodling, learned working with different media like crayons, pastel, and charcoal, and joined a number of school-sponsored drawing contests, which he won.
I use acrylic paints kasi these are the paints na modern and not harmful to the artist. Also to my kids, right? Yeah. Right.
Well, a fine arts major and painting student at the University of Santo Tomas, Art joined major art competitions like that of Shell, Metrobank, and the Art Association of the Philippines, where he received many awards.
Actually, I call my paintings Stimuli series. Okay. It's basically just a plain paint with the stimulus there, as you could see in my paintings, right? Well, the surroundings are the stimuli, and then the single element is the stimulus. I call it stimuli because these are based from my experiences, from the people that I meet, from the places that I go to. Basically, the environment that forms a person and makes him who he is today. Now they call it minimal art. Minimal art, yeah. More on matter painting, with the textures and all. So they call it matter painting, but here it's called minimal art.
Through his works called matter painting, he became known as an abstract minimalist painter. And his paintings are continuously getting attention and recognition at the local, national, and international art arena. It is said that art has its healing powers, and we will see how one community in Quezon has been able to rise from tragedy through art when my city, my SM, my art returns. On November 29, 2004, the Agos River rose as high as 20 feet, following heavy rains brought on by tropical storm Winnie. Rampaging waters swept down logs and wood debris from the Sierra Madre Mountains, destroying property and killing more than 1,000 people in General Nakar, Infanta, and Real Quezon. Nothing was left of the fishermen's homes and community, except for a lot of driftwood of different sizes and forms that littered everywhere. Nobody knew then that those driftwoods would alter the course of this typhoon survivors' lives. Barangay Banglos soon became a beneficiary of the PLDT Smart Amazing GK Village. Sculptor Ray Paz Contreras was tasked to train the farmers and fisher folks to transform fallen logs and driftwood into sculptures. At first, they were ambivalent about the training, but after 2 weeks, they were surprised to learn that they could turn the pieces of wood into beautiful art objects and became a source of livelihood. The fishermen chiseled replicas of what they saw around them: birds, marine species, forest animals, boats, and indigenous people from the Sierra Madre. But there are also those that carry family and mother and child themes. These carved pieces have become symbols of hope, creativity, and resiliency. 4 months after the trainings, the Banglo sculptors mounted an exhibit at the Cultural Center of the Philippines, a record of sorts in the Philippine community art scene. More exhibits in Manila, Cebu, and Bacolod followed, which brought in more than 1 million in proceeds in just the first 2 years of operation. This is such an inspiring story of community art born out of tragedy. After 9 years, the Banglo sculptors have amazed art lovers with their wonderful works and have used their income to improve their homes and fund other livelihood efforts. When SMART decided to replicate the program of other typhoon-ravaged communities, the former trainees have become trainers of Yolanda survivors from Capiz and Palawan and IP from South Sierra Madre. We will see how another artist combines art and sports when My City, My SM, My Art returns. At an early age, Alfonso Dayong Mendoza Jr. was copying cartoons in the animated TV series Wacky Races. At 9, his father, former Inquirer sports editor and fictionist Alfonso Mendoza, started taking him along to the office, where he liked looking at the window and drawing his own versions of the Manila City Hall clock day in and day out.
Ten years old, working with the newspapers and magazines as a cartoonist.
Cartoonist.
Yeah, but before that, we live in Sampaloc, Manila. So may maliit yung apartment namin, walang magawa. So kumuha ko ng isa at lapis habang nanonood ng Wacky Races sa cartoons. Natuwa naman ako na nagagaya ko.
Drawing ng ano lang.
Yes, so
Okay.
so very natural yung dating ko ng talent.
Cartoonist Ronnie Santiago and Willie Aquino took notice, mentored him, and asked him to draw something for the newspaper's spot cartoon page.
Obligado akong sumama kay tatay ko sa opisina. So habang nasa opisina naman, drawing ako. Bawat floor inaakit ko, na-meet ko po si Sir Ronnie Santiago. Niregaluhan niya ako ng brush pen. Sabi niya, mag-drawing ka dyan, iyo.
By the time he was 10 years old, he was doing a spot cartoon twice a week for the Manila Bulletin, probably the youngest Filipino cartoonist ever. With a Master of Fine Arts from the University of the Philippines, he was ready to conquer the arts world.
Actually, yun nga ang payo ko sa mga kabataan, kasi nag-umpisa ang aking pamilya noon. Kinabahan po ako sa income dahil sabi ko kung aasala ako sa painting, kailangan ng pambili ng gatas, ng diaper. Pero noong 2013, something happens sa pagbabago sa buhay ko. Doon naman lumabas yung whatever we call it, artistic explosion. Nakapagawa naman ako ng dire-diretso na 12 na oil and canvas paintings about nga yung jeep. So yung inis ko at pagiging natutuwa sa mga jeep natin, doon ko na ibuhos lahat.
Mendoza has had a continuing love-hate relationship with the jeepney, and his works reflect the vitality of the city life and visions of crowded streets and jeepney terminals. He sees the Rococo Baroque mode of transport as something not only indigenously Filipino, but also a microcosm of Philippine life. That is, where there is a jeepney, there is a life story.
Binigyan tayo ng ibang klaseng function ng brain, ano? Kahit iwasan natin, nagandaan tayo sa kulay. Pero, naniniwala naman po ko sa kasabihan na ang inspiration ay 1%. So, yung 99% kailangan pagpawisan. Yes, ng dugo at ng hirap para ma-achieve.
At ang pinakamahalaga, galing sa puso lahat ng dinodrawing mo.
Yes, so
the vibrant realism of his art, however, chiefly derives from his dynamic brushwork and use of strong, wild, pure colors. Consider the back-breaking job of the man in Barker, the intense traffic and vehicular accident in Biyahing Langit, overheating of motor in Gasolinahan, massive queue in Sakayan, late supper in Pondahan in Last Trip, the faceless rally is waving red banners atop a jeepney in Tapload, even the minors going home late in Uwi na kayo.
Okay, sa lahat ng bagay na aking ginagawa, siguro turo na rin ito ng aking magulang, lalo na si tatay ko na pag may gagawin ng isang bagay, kung hindi mo rin pagbabutihin, wag mo na gawin.
These pieces are characterized by broad lines, simplified forms, and the highly contrasting colors of the Fauvists. The artist wields rapid brushstrokes to simplify the figures of humans and vehicles, and irregular lines to capture the gritty reality of urban life.
Meron din akong tinatawag na camp and play. This was, we started this in 1998 with the humble intention that we go to provincia.
Dayong Mendoza is also a basketball coach and an art instructor. He has been conducting an art-com sports workshop called Camp and Play at his place on Commonwealth Avenue, Quezon City for 16 years now. It is a world Mendoza is familiar with, having had to take on a regular job as a coach and teacher to provide for his young family. We will see how Quezon's folk art has inspired an artist's work when My City, My SM, My Art returns. Eric Dator is known for his unique paintings of shapes and bright colors inspired by the keeping. A wafer made from rice and fashioned into colorful chandeliers and other decorative display that adorned houses during the Pahiyas Festival in their hometown of Lucban. Hi, Eric. Hi, nice meeting you. Wow, a lovely studio, huh? Eric considers himself an accidental artist who started by painting houses, and Uncle saw his potentials and promised to support him in college. But when his school closed down, he transferred to the University of the East in Manila, where he became a working student. During his free time, he often visited galleries and art exhibits, which further inspired him.
Nung gumraduate nga ako ng high school, hindi ko alam kung anong kukuhanin ko. So happen at that time, merong fine arts dito sa Southern Luzon Polytechnic College. Meron na dito. So yun ang kinuha ko after graduation ng high school. So after a year, noong second year ko, na-dissolve eh. So napatigil ako. But nagkaroon ako ng chance ulit na ituloy naman yun sa Manila, sa UE Manila, yung fine arts. Well, nag-start nga yan. Kumuha ko ng fine arts dito. Natutunan ko yung basic, natutunan ko mag-lettering, mag-drawing, mag-paintings. So, nung napatigil nga ako, in-apply ko na yon. So, yung mga nagpapagawa sa akin ng lettering, portraits. So, yung mga leaf shape kasi, yung mga leaf shape texture ng canvas ko, nag-start yan nung nagtatrabaho ko sa Manila. Actually, during that time, malimit ako umaattend ng mga exhibit. So, at that time, merong art competition, national art competition na ginawa, no? So, sumali ako. So, doon nag-start ko maisip na something different naman yung canvas ko, hindi just plain. So, sa halip na plain, ginawa ko siya cut-out na para mga leaf shape keeping. So, doon nag-start yon.
Today, Eric has gone a long way from painting houses in his hometown in Lucban to painting canvases that command top prices in the art markets around the globe. One of Eric Dator's major achievements is his first solo arts exhibit at the famed Philippine Center in New York.
Meron akong nakilalang taga Lucena na actually migrate nasa USA, actually from the USA, bakasyon siya. Nakita yung mga paintings ko, pinadala ko sa kanya yung mga photographs ng mga paintings ko, mga requirements ko. So, ayun, after that, na-schedule naman niya ako doon sa Philippine Center. Meron kasing art gallery. Meron kasing gallery doon. So, that was actually January 2000 yung first show ko doon. Yung una kong in-exhibit sa New York actually is very cultural, yung pahiyas. Yan ang dinadala ko parate, cultural eh. So, yun nga lang ang nakita ko. Yung mga Pilipino, they like my works kasi pamilya sila dun sa culture, dun sa festival. Pero yung mga ibang lahi, kasi nandiyan lahat ng lahi sa New York eh. So, I mean, nagugustuhan nila yung works ko, pero hindi sila familiar dun sa culture. So, oo. So ang disadvantage ko, hindi nila makolek, hindi sila bumibili ng works ko. Kaya nung sumunod na exhibit ko, ang naging concept ng aking exhibit is actually basket. Very local pa rin yung aking subject. Pero ang basket, universal subject yan. Universal. Lahat ng tao alam siya. So, kailangan pala ganon. Universalize mo yung subject mo.
He has had other solo exhibits in the United States and Canada, as well as European countries like Austria, Germany, United Kingdom, and the Netherlands.
Actually, as an artist, na-fulfill ko na yung sarili ko. Oo, fulfill na ako. Kasi nga, sabi ko, narating ko na yung mga places na pwede kong pagdalhan doon sa mga works ko. Yan nga, Central Capital of Arts, which is Europe nga, nadala ko na dyan. So, sa US nga, yung Central Capital of Arts sa US, nadala ko na. So, parang, yun eh, mag-uulit-ulit ka na lang eh. Actually, yung short period of time na yun, na nadala ko yung works ko from different places around the world, parang fulfilling na yun sa akin.
Quezonians are so talented. We will meet another talented artist from our home province when My City, My SM, My Art returns. Tucked away in the quiet corner of the quaint Barangay Lusacan in Tiaong, Quezon is the residence and workshop of one of the country's most sought-after, celebrated potters, Augusto Bigyan. Ugo Bigyan to many is a ceramic artist who breathes in nature and exhales nature-inspired art pieces with designs so unique that each piece has almost its own story to tell. Hi, Ugo. Good to see you again.
Thank you. Please come in.
Wow, lovely place. So, here we are again. My God, thank you again for having us. So, how do you be, yung creative consciousness mo, paano dumadating to be able to create all these wonderful, things?
Well, yan, dumarating na lang naturally. In this environment. Relax ka.
So, environment counts talaga,
yeah,
di ba? Para lumabas lahat. Ang creative juices.
Oh yeah, with music.
Ugo designs and produces artisan pottery, dinnerware sets, decorative tiles, and accent pieces for finishing walls and floorings. His works can be found in upscale hotels and souvenir shops in posh resorts in the Philippines. Even Queen Sirikit of Thailand has invited him twice to be part of a select group of Asian artists who shared their craft with the Thai people in an art festival to celebrate the royalty's birthday. Through the years, being successful and being admired by almost everybody, your work has been all over, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Paano mo na i-share ito ngayon, lalo sa mga kabataan?
Well, we invited some school, like yung mga local schools here in Quezon, for students who are interested in arts. So we want to open their consciousness about pottery. So they can visit us here, they can watch the people working, tapos I can do the demo for them to see how I create the pottery.
After all this, what's next for Ugo?
Well, I'm dreaming to have a big one-man show when I reach 60.
Wow.
So I have more years to, to create. I have 7 more years
And
to
collect
create.
yung mga-
Collect all those precious pieces that I will do. So yun na lang ang pangarap ko, to have one major show.
Ugo believes that if we can only awaken the creative consciousness among our youth, we can reconnect with our culture and become prouder as a people. From painting and sculpture, we have seen the amazing range of art in Quezon. We will meet another talented artist when My City, My SM, My Art returns. Maria Pureza Escargot is a self-taught artist from Sariaya, Quezon, who started painting at an early age of 9 after seeing a coffee table book on French Impressionists. Puchette, as she is called, says that growing up in Sariaya, with its colorful and dreamy landscapes, rich and vibrant culture, and Phil-Hispanic American infusions, has inspired her works. Hello, Puchette, my God. Nice meeting you. Thank you for having us. My goodness.
I had a wonderful childhood in Sariaya kasi our house is at the end of the street. And then after that, meadows, unblocked na view, tapos Mount Banahaw. I really had no plans of being a visual artist. I took up English Lit.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
That's a far cry from doing the art.
I used to write. I thought I wanted to be a writer first. I did news reporting, I did feature writing, and then short story, poetry.
After obtaining a degree in English literature from Anuelas and Verga University Foundation, she worked as a freelance writer and creative consultant for various magazines and organizations, and became creative director of a design firm in Makati City. Anong pinaka-greatest achievement ang nagawa mo dito sa art world?
I think when I did Maria, the sculpture in Los Baños, I think it's my biggest work kasi literally it's very big and for a woman like me.
As a painter and sculptor, Escargot's well-received figurative artworks are characterized by soulful and light-hearted subjects and scenes which are reminiscent of her traditional and impressionist exposure, while her surreal expressions feature evocative dreamscapes in vibrant patches of color in either languid, almost sinuous brushstrokes or in amorphous stained glass-looking shapes, a style uniquely her own, yet universal in appeal.
It fulfills me. It makes me happy that I was able to do this. And then more so if people appreciate it. Parang every painting for me nowadays, lahat ng ginagawa ko, one painting following another, it's like me beating myself.
Today, Puchette is a global multidisciplinary artist who has exhibited her works in the US and Europe, giving much pride to her home province. She also exhibited with international artists like Blake Ward, John Bo Paulson, Jean Dorch, Ned Martin, Kaiser Kamal, Davor Vukonik, and Ted Barr.
In August of 2014, Puchet was awarded with the Quezon Medal of Honor, the highest recognition for her excellence in the field of culture and arts, for her untiring generosity in helping the youth and those in need, and for actively promoting the arts and culture of her home province. We will meet another internationally acclaimed Quizonian when My City, My SM, My Art returns. Rene Robles is an accomplished painter with an original and individual voice. His new works are part of the evolving Assertionism movement, which he founded in 1986, and on which he has published numerous books. The underlying principle is that art, which is power, asserts, transforms, and transcends. Hello, Mr. Robles. Nice meeting you. We're gonna go in here. Wow, I'm excited to see all your work.
Oh, I started at the age of 13 years old when I'm studying in Quezon High. Nagpipinta-pinta ko sa mga notebook ko. Galit na galit sa mga teacher ko, pinupupok ako. Doon ako nag-start. Naging rector scholar ako na binigyan niya akong break ng scholarship para matapos ko yung school ko.
Born in Lucena, Quezon, Rene moved to Manila and studied at the College of Fine Arts and Architecture of the University of Santo Tomas, where he completed many religious and portrait murals for the school, including the Hall of Fame series.
Ako gumawa ng isa sa mga historical na portrait of mga graduate ng UST na nasa main lobby ngayon na inilagay na nila sa National Museum.
He went on to continue his art studies at the National Academy of Design School of Fine Arts in New York, after which he has enrolled in a master class at the Painting and Lithography School, also in New York. Rene also earned study grants to visit museums and galleries in Belgium, France, Italy, Spain, the Netherlands, and throughout the USA.
Hindi ko alam magiging artist ako.
But where does your inspiration come from? Saan ang nagaling?
Nung bata pa ako, pag naging enroll ako sa UST, ang hirap magpapirma dun sa pipirma ka dun sa ano eh. Nakikita ko, ang dali lang pala nung pirma niya. So nagsimula ako nung signature painting. Kaya ako lang gumagawa ng signature portrait. I was commissioned by kay President Clinton, yung ginawa ko, kay King Juan Carlos, at saka iba pa. So doon nagsimula, very creative kasi ako eh.
Rene Robles is now an internationally exhibited and multi-awarded winning artist with over 68 solo exhibitions in Europe, the USA, and Asia.
Yeah, I won at the international competitions in Pastel Society in America. I was also given an award in Germany and many others. I was given by the Gold Medal of Excellence. Since 1611, dalawa lang kami nabigyan ng Gold Medal of Excellence by the University of Santo Tomas. This is the first book written. This is the first book written and published in the United States. This is the 21st century art published in America as the new art movement in the 21st century. I'm very grateful to Mr. Chavez Simpson, who's donating a museum for me at the Bigan in Baluarte in Bigan. Awan ko lang sa tingin ko, I'm the only artist who paint with the notes of the music. Ang kaibahan lang nun sa akin, yung mga ginagawa kong subject, hindi ito. Yung kagaya ng silya, lamesa, bombilya, aspile, ginulid, yun yung binigyan ko ng importansya. Kasi ginagamit mo, hindi mo naman binabalikan eh. Nagpunta ko sa PNB, may isang tao na vice president ng PNB, bigyan ako ng 2,500. Sabi niya, I saw you have a talent. Tapos nung nag-exhibit ako, naka-sold out ako, sinusoli ko yung pera. Sabi niya, huwag mo na isoli, itulong mo na lang sa iba. Kaya nagtayo ako ng school, gusto ko magturo. Gusto ko i-donate yung aking benefit.
His works have landed in the collection of museums abroad, as well as local luminaries and foreign dignitaries, like King Bhumibol of Thailand, King Juan Carlos of Spain, and President Bill Clinton, the Vatican in Rome, and Malcolm Forbes, among others.
The visual arts has many forms. Aside from painting and sculpture, there is photography with its compelling, dramatic images. We will meet a master photographer from Quezon when My City, My SM, My Art returns. Travel photographer George Tapan shares his worlds of experience in capturing beautiful places in beautiful ways. Preferring to capture his subjects in their milieu, he travels to all corners of the archipelago, visiting communities, engaging with the people until they become comfortable enough in front of his camera to be themselves. He patiently waits for what he calls the magic hour, when light, composition, character, emotion come together for the perfect shot. Oh my God, Mr. Tapan! How are you? It's been a while.
Yeah, pinanganak ako sa Unisan. Ang father ko is a photographer. So, yun ang kinabubuhay sa amin. So, ako naman bilang anak, panganay, tumutulong ako sa parents ko. At the age of 16, 15, humahawak na ako ng camera to help my father. Pero hindi dun nagtatapos yung kuwang ko eh. Kinakailangan mag-improve ako as a photographer. Kasi mahilig akong magtingin ng magagandang litrato katulad sa Life magazine. Alam mo naman yon.
Oh, yeah.
Yung mga photos.
Life was,
yeah. National Geographic. Yes. So ito yung nagbigay inspirasyon sa akin bilang tao at to become a good photographer.
George was a teenager when he took his first photograph with a Rolleiflex in Dangan, Quezon, of fishermen coming in at dusk with their catch of lobsters. His photographic journey since then has taken him not just around the Philippines, but around the world, and has won him numerous praises and accolades.
Simula sa analog hanggang sa digital, I keep buying cameras na kailangan ko, lenses na kailangan ko. Hindi ako bumibili na hindi ko kailangan dahil, well, ang pinakamataas na achievement ko, simula nung mangarap ako bilang photographer, na ang pundasyon ko is litrato ng Life at National Geographic. Yun ang dapat maabot ko.
The equipment he uses now may be a lot more sophisticated and complex, although he still occasionally uses an idiot camera. His hair may be streaked with gray now, and it takes a little bit more time clambering up rocks or scaffoldings, which he still does, but his eyes still focuses on that perfect shot.
Ang camera is only a tool. Kung anong meron kayo, pag-usayin nyo at hanapin nyo kung paano magagamit. Dapat makapag-contribute kayo sa history ng kapanahunan na nabubuhay ka.
In the 2011 National Geographic International Photography Places category contest, he topped 20,000 other entries from 130 countries around the globe. George, you make us proud to be a Quezonian. We will learn more about the life and works of a master artist when My City, My SM, My Art returns. Pilgrims believe that Christ walked on Mount Banahaw, giving this volcano in Quezon mystical powers. It is significant that Oscar de Salameda was born in Lucban, Quezon, at the foot of Mount Banahaw, perhaps foreshadowing the great artist he would become. Oscar Salameda was born on September 24, 1930, to Eladio Salameda and Juliana de Vesa. After receiving his Bachelor of Arts degree in Fine Arts at the University of Santo Tomas, Oscar left for the States in 1953 for further studies at the Art League of California in San Francisco and at the École Nationale Supérieure des Beaux-Arts, France's elite institution of instruction in the arts, and at the Sorbonne University in Paris, France. He went on to study mural techniques in Mexico under the famous Diego Rivera in 1955. Series of exhibits followed in New York, Paris, Barcelona, Hamburg, Monte Carlo, and Milan in Italy, brought him much fame and honor. Oscar was a linguist and could speak Spanish, Italian, Portuguese languages, and French like a true Parisian. For his many accomplishments, he was awarded a much-coveted Chevalier d'Arte de Lettres medallion given by the French government. In 1963, Oscar returned home to show his works at the Film Life Pavilion to a sold-out crowd. He later stunned Manila audiences when he mounted an exhibition of 16 paintings at the old Hotel Filipinas along Ross Boulevard, charging 7,000 pesos, then the price of a Volkswagen Beetle for each piece. From the onset of his career, Salameda firmly believed that artists should be amply rewarded. According to his friend Wilson Tan, Salameda remarked that not everyone knows art, so it should command a high price.
Most other artists would, depend on what is the current favorite colors and whatever scenario there is. But no, he is on his own. At least he was original.
Oscar was also very generous. He set up a foundation underwriting the schooling of many students in his hometown and gave generous financial support to family and friends in need. In the 60s and the 70s, Oscar was the toast of Manila's high society and a favorite portrait artist of Manila's rich and famous, including the former First Lady, Imelda Marcos.
He was really a very intelligent student, and he's very joyful, and he showed already talent for painting, because during Christmas, he paints all the decorations on the blackboard. One time, I still remember, our teacher in algebra, Mrs. Aglibot, told us to solve a problem. And then he noticed Oscar was solving it. And then she said, okay, Oscar, what is the solution to this problem? No, I'm not yet finished. All the while, he was not solving the problem. He was making sketches of the teacher. And I remember, all of us, we had a sketch.
So, si Oski, dumating dito sa Pilipinas early 70s during the martial law. At siya ay nakita ng kapatid ko ni Tony Diallo. So pagkakita ay tama naman na piyesta. So nakipag-usap si Tony Diallo, kapatid ko, kay Mayor, bigyan mo ng award. Yan ay kung tawagin ay internationally known painter. Sa totoo lang talagang mahal na mahal niya ang art. Nasa puso niya. At from rag to riches, hindi naman niya kinato, from rag to riches siya.
Living the life of a bon vivant and jet setter, he lived for a time at the iconic Hotel Intercontinental Manila, where he bagged an exchange deal paying his stay with the paintings he made. In 2006, then President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo awarded him the Presidential Medal of Merit for his cultural contribution to the country. At the peak of his career, he attached "de" before his surname to lend a touch of aristocracy to his name, although it was really his shortened middle name of De Vesa. But with or without "de" in his name, Oscar Salameda's fine collection of rare and both sought-after works puts him in a place where very few Filipino artists have gone. This afternoon's episode has given us the opportunity to learn more and celebrate the works of Quezon's very talented visual artists. In behalf of SM, the Metropolitan Museum of Manila, NCAA, Shell Philippines, Center Stage Productions, and the Philippine Star, we wish to thank you for joining us in the Quezon episode of My City, My SM, My Art. Join us next time as My City, My SM, My Art goes to SM City, Cagayan de Oro. This is your host, James Cooper, bidding you goodbye and enjoy the rest of the day.